Hello everyone, Kenny with you, and I wanted to talk about Racetime advanced strategies today. You can play Racetime at racetime.io or on Kongregate, and also there will be mobile versions coming out soon. But it's essentially a slot racer, and if you haven't played it before, it's like those electric tracks when you were a kid where you'd hold in the trigger and gas the car, but if you were going too fast in a corner and you didn't let up, then you would wreck. So it's a very simple premise. So the only mechanic is either you're gassing or you're not gassing, which is kind of deceiving because at the beginning you think it's a really simple game, but it definitely has some advanced strategy to it, lane changing and when to gas and when not to gas. But let's just look at it a little bit. I'm going to race, I've made it up to third place on the leaderboard today, and there are thousands of people playing, but I'm going to move down the list and play someone easier so you can kind of see what's going on, and we'll race this guy here as 221st. One thing is that you can race anyone on the leaderboard by just clicking on their name. The awesome thing is that you race and then it picks someone who's just barely faster than you, and you actually race their ghost. So it keeps everyone's game and what they've done, and you can race yourself too, but it keeps everyone's game. And so if you have a friend and you want to race them and try to beat their time, you can just click on their name and then you can hit race. Now I'm going to race here, and I'm actually going to use my mouse pad here, my touchpad, and so you can hear me clicking, and I'll just show you some basic stuff here first. So basically you take off and you just gas. This is a big curve, so I'll tap a few times, but in the straightaways you can just hold down. So it's like most people let off on the corners like this. So they gas, let off, gas, let off, gas, let off. But I found that it's actually better to tap on the corners. So you go, tap, 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 go, tap, 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 and you can kind of hear it there. And it gets you a better time because the quicker that you tap, then the less speed that you lose on the curves. So let's try to race and beat this guy using a better strategy. I just want to show you the basics. Also, depending on how fast you go, you can be kicked into certain lanes. So I'm going to go straight. It's going to kick me in the center lane and then tap. I'm on the outer lane. See if I can get back here to the inner. And we'll probably be able to beat this guy if I keep it up. Don't wreck. And then when you win, bam, you get some confetti and you get some coins. The other thing is there are a whole bunch of different cars and racers. Now, all the racers are the same speed, and you can win the tournament with all the racers, but they do pivot differently when they turn. Now, they don't slide into other lanes differently, so they all have the same abilities, but they do have a different feel to how they pivot and how they turn into a corner. So you got to pick one that works well for you. And as you see, I'm here on the leaderboard. And let's spin for a car. I have most of the cars, so we'll probably win a car that we already have. But just to show everyone how you do it, because I went ahead and saved up 336 coins. Basically, you have all these cars, you spin, and it will stop on one. And now you see my garage. The cool thing is, if you click on these, you see the awesome cars, and they have a whole bunch of different exhausts. This Peace van has all types of flowers coming out of it, and all the cars aren't necessarily cars. Some of them are abstract, like this Mer Girl and this fairy and this cloud hopper. So they're all different. Some of them are more abstract than others. I think candy corn here is the default one that you get when you start, but they all look pretty cool and they're fun to race with. So we'll race with a different one besides that one. We'll do this bug-looking car. So let's try to take it and race someone a little faster. I don't know if I'll be able to beat these guys. They're so fast, but let's race this guy. Here we go. And it's really fun and simple, but it'll drive you crazy. Now, I messed up and wasn't clicking, so the best part of this game is the R button. You just hit R to restart when you make a mistake. See if I can beat it. Now, something I've noticed that I'll talk about after this is that when you click and let up has a big bearing on... Oh, I didn't get him. A big bearing on how your car is going to act. So let's say you go into a corner, and maybe I can set up a corner here and show you. So if you're racing and you go into a corner, and let's say right here where my car kind of jerks left or right, when you're switching lanes or going into lanes, if your car is kind of crooked and you've let off the gas and it's kind of turned a little bit, if you gas while the car is still turned, think of your wheels under your car as being turned to the right or turned to the left. If you gas when they're turned and you haven't let your car straighten out, it will run you into the side or it will kick you into a different lane. So you'll kind of get out of control sometimes. So it's best when you're going and you're coming around this curve to wait until your car gets straight again, or you get past this curve to kind of get straight again before you gas. Because if your car is turned a little bit and not perpendicular there, not straight on the lane, then it will cause it to do funny things. So it's better to be patient and not do what I just did. So like right here, like if I go like this and then I kind of let it go, see how it hit into the wall, is that I didn't let the car kind of straighten out. So there's some advanced strategy in letting your car kind of straighten out after you've come around a curve and let off the gas and not gas it too early. The other thing is lane changes. Some lanes are more beneficial than others. This lane is the inner lane on this curve. You got to really let off and finesse that inner circle to take the inner one. You just cannot have any speed, but it gives you really good time. And basically the outer lane, you need less finesse and you can gas it harder. The middle lane, a little more finesse. The inner lane, you have to have a lot of finesse on those. So you can kind of pick which strategy that you like, if you want to just more the run and gun type or the super finesse race when you're racing. When you go in. The other thing is that if you have friends, you can go a leaderboard of just your friends and then race your friends' time, and there's a global leaderboard with thousands of people on it, and you get gifts every so often, as you see here, and then you can spin for random cars. But that's Racetime. You can play at racetime.io. You can play on Kongregate. Actually, if you put racetime.io game in Google, there are tons of sites that are letting people play it, and there's a lot of people each day. There's a new track every day. So what happens is a new day starts, they have a tournament, and you race that track all day, and then they award coins and trophies to everyone, and then after they award coins and trophies, then they put a new track down. So the awesome thing is you get a new track every day, so it's fun, and it takes you about a day to master it once you get into the master division, because there's an amateur, and as you see as I scroll down here, there's a master division, and there's a pro division, and there's a novice division, and lots of players going. But I think the thing that makes it really fun is racing ghosts, and the person you're racing is always just like 3/100ths of a second ahead of you, and so you always feel like you can beat them. And it drives you crazy sometimes too when you just race yourself, and then you lose to yourself because you're like, oh man, I did that. That was me. And I'll race myself here, my ghost from before. And you can see that I've won a lot and played a lot. But I'll race myself. But it drives you crazy sometimes because you're racing a ghost that you know was you 20 minutes ago. I wasn't ready. And then it drives you nuts. So here we go. See if I can beat my old time. Nope. Into the wall. Try one more time. Maybe I can get to number one. Ah! See, it gets a little bit crazy. I'm not going to be able to beat it. One more try. I need to change cars, even though they're all the same speed. I feel like my mojo is with this flying saucer, space flying saucer. Hold on. Let me try this one. Okay. Here we go. It's big, and I can tell when it's leaving the lane easier. Ah! One more time. I'm going to at least finish a race before I get off here. Ah! Come on. I'm going to kick to the inner lane. If I can make up some time. Nope. Boo. You get to watch me lose against myself. Okay. That's racetime.io. Hope you guys like it and enjoy it. You should try it out, and hopefully the mobile versions will be released soon. And let's spin for one more car just for the heck of it. Maybe I'll get one of the few remaining cars that I am missing. No! I got the Cloud Hopper. That's all right. Anyway, racetime.io or on Kongregate. Have a good one. Bye.